Sup guys, Shut Up Particular 99 here to give you a review of Assassin's Creed Revelations. Got this game on Christmas Day, been having fun with the multiplayer, but the single, campaign, we're gonna touch on that today. I'll do multiplayer another time, because I got some stuff to say about that. But anyways, moving on. First of all, let's start off with the story. The story is basically following Ezio's personal quest on to find the 5 Masyaf keys, which will unlock Altair's hidden vault, which will reveal his true purpose of being an assassin. Now, this story, this plot, it sounds good and all, the premise, whatever. But all in all, the journey of getting the Masyaf keys are pretty boring, in my opinion. In other games, when you were trying to find, in Assassin's Creed 2, basically, when you're trying to find the head guy who killed, Ezio's family, you know how you got to kill every conspirator to learn about this guy's location, you know that? Well, in this game, you only get about 3 guys that you have to kill to find out the location of the Masyaf keys, And in the other Assassin's Creed games, how they fleshed out the Templar you killed. In this one, they're not, there's no backstory to them whatsoever. It's like, ooh, I get this key. You want the key? You want the key? Oh, I'm dead. Here's your key. Whatever. Fuck you, Ezio. That's basically it. They're just freaking there as an obstacle, basically. They're just freaking assholes. Most of the characters aren't even fleshed out in the story at all. Like, for instance, the main villain at the end, no spoiler alert here, I'm trying not to spoil it for you, but the main villain, he fucking comes out of nowhere. It's like, I happen to have this key and to kill the other guys, so I must be the main villain of all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm the main villain because I have the last Masyaf key. Ooh, yeah, main villain. And basically, what I'm trying to say, he comes out of fucking nowhere. It's like, the main villain, it's like, he's just freaking there for freaking last minute. I'm not kidding, he's like there last freaking minute. You barely get to, like, see this guy for a good, 3 seconds, and he's already the damn main villain of the game. But anyways, from the story, yeah, you're trying to find the Masyaf keys, and whenever you find a Masyaf key, and you go back to your assassin's headquarters, you play a mission from Altair's memory. These missions are pretty linear. It's basically to flesh out Altair's character a little bit more. But it's basically, in my opinion, just filler until the last two Masyaf keys you find. Then it like starts to reveal stuff. Like, reveal stuff as to why, like, Altair and Ezio are doing this, But other than that, the other 3 are just basically fillers about, Altair's life. But anyways, enough about the story. The characters, basically, Ezio's old in this game, okay? He looks old, he sounds old, and he plays old, honestly. To me, Ezio doesn't shine in this game at all. It's like, it's basically, he's that cop from, that one movie. He's like, I'm tired of doing this, like, I'm getting too old for this shit, basically. And Ezio's just there, he gives his witty lines or whatever, but other than that, he's just freaking there, just the main character you're playing as. You don't even feel like a freaking master assassin like you did in Brotherhood. It's like, whenever you're working with your, assassins, which I'll get to later, it's like you don't feel like you have that control over the city at all. But anyway, I'll get to the city also. Altair is basically Altair from the past games. I liked how they really fleshed out his character a bit. You really get to feel for him. Who else? The assassin head captain of Constantinople. He's the only character who will ever freaking care about in this game. I only get to see him for like a good 4 cutscenes. I think like a total of 6 cutscenes, I don't remember. But although they don't give him like a proper backstory whatsoever, he gets his personality makes up for it. You like that guy. The love interest, Sophia, I can give 10 shits less about her. I don't totally hate her, and I don't totally like her, but she's just like uninteresting in my opinion. It's like she's just there for Ezio to, have sex later, you know? It's like she's there whenever she needs to be. She's like never there at all. They don't push her character at all, basically. She's just like freaking there. She has this ditzy earhead personality, but she's kind of smart, you know? But other than that, you won't really care for Sophia. She's boring. Okay. Then there's Desmond and Subject 16. Basically, Desmond is actually unless you want to know more about Desmond, you have to play Desmond's Journey, which you collect these Animus fragments, which gives you like a little backstory to Desmond's history. But other than that, Desmond doesn't get a much light in this game as he did in the other ones. In fact, in Assassin's Creed 2, he got more attention. Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood got more attention than he did in this game. It's like he only appears for a total of freaking 5 cutscenes. After like sequence 4, no, after like, sequence 4, he doesn't appear at all till the very end of the game, basically. And Subject 16, for some reason, I don't know why they went with the whole sarcastic assholeish personality for Subject 16. It makes no sense in my opinion. But, he's just basically there to be there. But anyways, moving on. Enough for the characters, let's move on to the gameplay. I'll start off with Desmond's gameplay before I start. Desmond's gameplay takes place on the Black Room, basically, aka this Animus Island. And the Animus Island is pretty freaking small, basically. It's only like, that's it, a freaking island. It's pretty small with the freaking Animus Nexus, which makes you go through and replay Ezio's memories, and freaking the pillar gates, which lead to Desmond's Journey, which is really good, which fleshes out his character really well. But other than that, there's not much to explore in Animus Island whatsoever. I mean, it's just like the hub. A really shitty hub, unlike Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where you had like a freaking city and Sanctuary explore a bit. In this one, you get like a freaking island and that's it. But anyways, now that we're done with Desmond, let's move on to Ezio's gameplay. Ezio, in this one, I hate to say it, and I love this franchise to freaking death. But in this game, it feels underwhelming, honestly. I mean, everything about the game feels underwhelming. The city Istanbul is pretty boring in my opinion. The colors aren't as vibrant as the other cities in the other Assassin's Creed game, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty boring, it's pretty dull looking. The NPCs aren't as lively at all. What else? There's not a lot of side missions to do. You only get like one mission per each guild. Like, you remembered in Brotherhood where you'd get like freaking a total of what? Like 15 missions? No. Yeah, 15 missions per each guild. Well, in this game you only get one per each guild, basically. Minus the Assassin's Guild. But in the Thieves Guild and Mercenary Guilds you only get one mission. And that sucks. There's not a lot of side missions to it, besides the whole random NPC problem. Like there's this NPC that needs help with freaking moving crates, or this like freaking random NPC guy who wants to fight you for some reason. I don't know why. He's like, oh, you are wearing a hoodie, let's fight. I have no freaking reason to fight him, honestly. What else? Then, you know how in the trailers, how Ubisoft made this big deal over the whole zipline gameplay thing? The ziplines, they're not really that important. Just stick with your freaking free running. The ziplines are only like, necessary whenever like you're in front of one. Unless you're in front of one, you will rarely ever use the ziplines at all. Let me see, what else? The cities are pretty smaller this time around.